Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this Android Studio series, we are going to talk about material design. Material design is a system built and supported by Google designers and developers for Android Studio, Flutter, and websites. So in this video, we are going to talk about it in detail. So material design is free right now for everyone, so you can get into your desired browser and you can type in material.io. Here, this is going to be the material design material 3's website. So if you wanted 2 or 1, you can simply hit in here, which will redirect you to material design 1 and 2. Some people would use material design 2, but I would be showing you what is the differences between using material design 2 and 3. So basically this is going to be our first website. So here you can hit and get started, and you can get to know about what material design is and using material design, and you can also see about what else you can do with material designs. So for now, let me create a project and show you how to implement a material design into our project. Now we had created a project named material design. If you don't know how to create a project in Android Studio, please do check out my first video of Android Studio Basics playlist so that you can get to know about how to create your first project on Android Studio. So for now, let me get back to the website and material design. Here you can see a tab named components. When you click on it, you can see that you'll have a lot of different components, and we are not going to talk about all of these components. We'll be talking about cards, buttons, and here we'll be talking about all the buttons, and we'll be talking about this particular button, which is floating action button. So you can see this button. So right now we are going to talk about floating action button, and we'll also be seeing about card view and snack bar in the coming up sessions. So without any further delay, let me get into Android Studio, and here basically it's material design 3. So let me also show you about how to implement material design 2. So talking about material design 2, you have to get into develop, and here you have to get into Android, and here you will have an option called documentation. Within this, you have to click in getting started. Here you will have this set of code which you have to get into your project and click in build Gradle and build Gradle. Here you have to paste this line of code, and you have to paste this implementation code right in here. But talking about our latest version of Android Studio and material design, we don't have to implement our material design package right here. You can see the material design package already being implemented. So when you create a project in Android Studio, in the latest version of Android Studio, you don't have to implement your material design into your Gradle build. It will be implemented by default. So right now I'm going to create a floating action button right within our UI. So here I'm going to first say hello world. Let it be there. So basically I'm going to create a floating action button, but before that I will show you about what else we have. So let me see a components overview. So this is going to be our button. So this was the so you can see that we have extended fab, which is floating action button. We have action button itself. We have lots of different UI elements right within our material design website, so you can use all of these UI elements for free. So for now I'm not going to talk about all these, so let me just talk about a button and a floating action button. So let me get back into our code environment, and here I'm going to create a button basically. So I'm going to say, and let me say wrap content and wrap content, and let me give a text, and the text is going to be make payment. So once I am done with this, I'm going to constrain it to the bottom of my text view here. And once I do this, I will have to add a margin top, and let me add 32 for this. And on click of this button, I should say payment successful. So let me add an ID of payment. And once I add the ID, I'm ready to work with my Java file. Here I'm going to say private button. So private button. So now you can understand that this is already implemented. So this button is already from Material Design. So it's Material Design's UI on default. Let me just get into code view and say color, background tint to be black, and I'm going to change that to have a custom color, and I'm going to have the same color to the text of this text view. So I'm saying black for now, and I'll have this option coming up right here. So once I click now here and I'll see custom, I'm going to use this eyedropper tool and going to pick this color. So now I have my text view and everything is done. So here I'm going to change this text view from pay available to please pay your amount. So once you do this, you are good to go. So now let me get back to here, and here I'm going to say private button payment, and once I say payment, here I'm going to say payment is equal to find view by ID resources.id payment resources.id payment. And once I get that, I'm good to go with payment dot set on click listener new on click listener. So let me check if the ID is perfectly matching. I'm going to show a toast message saying that your payment was successful. Payment was successful. So once I hit in that, so let me run my application. So now we have our application running successfully. So here you can see our button and our text view perfectly placed. So when I click in make payment, it says your payment was successful. So without stopping here, I'm going to also say on click of that button, I should have this text view to be changing from please pay your amount to done. So let me just get back to main activity and say private text view to be text view, and here I'm going to say text view equals to find view by ID r.id dot text view, and here on click of the button the text view should change to dot set text payment done. So on the click of the button, this text view will be changing from please pay your amount to payment done. So before testing this, I'm also going to add an floating action button to our UI, and I'm going to, for adding a floating action button, I should have an icon. So now I'm going to add an plus icon right here. So to add an plus icon right here, I wanted to have that icon in my resources folder. So I should add the icon right in the drawable folder. So I'm going to right click in the drawable folder, and here within new I'm going to click in image asset, and here I'm going to hit in action bar and tab icons, and here I'm going to click in this clip art. I'm going to search for add. So here I have my add icon, and I'm going to hit in OK by choosing the icon. So here I'm going to change this to IC_add, and I'm going to change this color to be a custom black color, and I'm going to finish. So once I add this item here, I have this IC add right here. So now I'm going to add a floating action button right within to my UI, and this is going to be the floating action buttons UI, and I'm going to constrain it to the bottom. So basically before doing that, I'm going to say src, and I'm going to have add button right here. And now let me customize this button right now. So now on click of this button, I'm going to set some work. So I'm going to say this as float button, and once I do this, I'm going to get into my main activity, and here I'm going to say private floating action button to be btn. And here, when I click in this floating action buttons documentation, it extends visibility aware image button, and when I click in this visibility aware image button, this extends image button, and when I click in this image button, it extends image view, and when I click in this image view, it extends view class. So basically this floating action button is also a view class, so we can set an on-click listener for this floating action button. So except this file, I'm going to close other files, and right now here I'm going to say btn equals to find view by id r.id dot float button, and I'm going to say btn dot set on click listener new view on click listener, and I'm going to say have a toast message dot toast to be floating action button clicked. So now let's test our application. So let me refresh my application. So now we have our application running successfully. So here I am going to hit in make payment and test this button first. So once I hit in make payment, it says your payment was successful, and it says payment done. And now when I click in this floating action button, it's working properly. So that's it for this video. Have a nice day. Thank you.